Hi everyone. We are just waiting for everyone to join in. So, first of all, hi to all those who are here, and let's wait for another 1 or 2 minutes for everyone to join in. Hi everyone, all those who have joined us just right now. So, we are just waiting for 1 or 2 more minutes. We want maximum people to join us on the live stream, and then we will begin. And also, all those who are watching us right now, can you just give me a thumbs up in the comment section that you guys can see us and hear us properly? All right, so I guess we should start now. It's 6:02 right now. So I'll start by sharing my screen right firstly. Um, Okay, so first of all, welcome to everyone who joined us today. I am Gorisha. I am the Circle Manager for MLAI Circle at GDSC IGDTUW. And along with me, I have three mentors, my pillars for the Circle of MLAI. And let's begin by having an introduction by my mentors. So, guys, over to you.
Hi guys, I'm Ramya. I'm a third year BTech student. I'm studying CSE at IGDTUW. I'm a mentor at the MLA circle of GDSC, and we hope we are able to impart some good knowledge today.
So, hello everyone, I'm Pragya and I am also a mentor in the MLI circle and I am in second year EC. And yeah, we hope to give you some tips and tricks and get you more interested in ML today.
Hello everyone, I'm Harshita and I'm also a mentor at the MLAI Circle. I hope that we all have a great time today.
Mute. Yeah, I was on mute, so sorry for that. So now that we are over with the introduction, let's move to the main agenda of the session. So We know the term MLAI. We have been listening or hearing it over the recent times in news and in other technological spaces. So you must be thinking, what is artificial intelligence anyway? What is the buzzword around artificial intelligence? And in order to understand artificial intelligence, you need to understand what is intelligence itself. Now, to understand intelligence, let's take the example of humans. We humans have the capability to see things, understand things, and then speak things. Now, when we see things, we try to perceive a lot of things around us in the environment. We try to understand them in our brain. We try to form conclusions based on what we understand and see and perceive. And then, on the basis of that, we try to speak out. We try to listen to other people. So, this is the three main capabilities that makes us as humans as intelligent. Now, in the field of artificial intelligence, we are trying to shift this feature or this ability of intelligence to our machine. Now, how do we do that? How do we transfer the intelligence capability to our machine? For that, we have three major fields called as machine learning, computer vision, and natural language processing. Now, if we look at these three broad categories, let's try to understand them. On your screen right now, you can see three bold words: see, understand, and speak. Now, these three fields, ML, CV, and NLP, that is machine learning, computer vision, and NLP, are actually related to these three bold words only. Now, machine learning is related to the bold word understand that you can see on your screen. Now, through machine learning, what we are trying to do is we are trying to make the system predict outcomes and results without being explicitly programmed for that. Having said that, this means that we want our program to do stuff for which it was not even programmed. Right now, a lot of you must be programming something or the other in some or the other field. Let's say you program for DSA. But then for DSA as well, what you need to do is you need to write the proper code for the task that you are doing. But in machine learning, we want our system to do a lot of tasks without being explicitly programmed for that. Now, let's move to the other field, that is computer vision. Now, what is computer vision? Computer vision is related to the ability of seeing things that we have in humans. Through computer vision, what we are trying to do is we are trying to make our computer system or our system derive meaningful information out of digital images, videos, and other visual inputs. So, and on the basis of what the input is, take some action. Very common example, self-driving car. Now, through self-driving cars, what are we actually trying to do? We want our cars to drive on their own without any human intervention. So for that, what the car needs to do, it needs to locate the objects in its surrounding and find the path to go on. This involves majorly computer vision. Then we have the third field, that is natural language processing. Now, natural language processing is related to the speak bold word that you can see on your screen. Now, I am speaking. I am a human. I speak. You guys are listening to me. You guys are understanding what I am speaking. So, through NLP, we want our machine to do the exact same thing. We want our machine and the computer system understand text and spoken words in the same way as we do. And on the basis of what the system understands, take some action. Common example, we have Amazon Alexa, we have Apple Siri, we have Google Assistant. All these are examples related to natural language processing. Now, having said about these three fields, let's try to have a good look at a proper example. For that, I have a video with me. I hope you guys can see it. Just give me a minute. I guess there is some problem with this. Guys, just give me a minute and bear with me. I had not anticipated such a problem to occur. I'm so sorry for this, guys. All right,
As I
I
said
guess this
earlier,
is
our vision
audible.
for our assistant is to help you get things done. It turns out a big part of getting things done is making a phone call. You may want to get an oil change schedule, maybe call a plumber in the middle of the week, or even schedule a haircut appointment. We are working hard to help users through those moments. We want to connect users to businesses in a good way. Businesses actually rely a lot on this, but even in the US, 60% of small businesses don't have an online booking system set up. We think AI can help with this problem. So let's go back to this example. Let's say you want to ask Google to make you a haircut appointment on Tuesday between 10 and noon. What happens is the Google Assistant makes the call seamlessly in the background for you. So what you're going to hear is the Google Assistant actually calling a real salon to schedule the appointment for you. Let's listen.
So how can I help you? Hi, I'm calling to book a woman's haircut for a client. I'm looking for something on May 3rd. Sure, give me 1 second. Sure, what time are you looking for around? At 12 p.m. We do not have a 12 p.m. available. The closest we have to that is a 1:15. Do you have anything between 10 a.m. and 12 p.m.? Depending on what service she would like. What service is she looking for? Just a woman's haircut for now? Okay, we have at 10 o'clock. 10 a.m. is fine. Okay, what's her first name? The first name is Lisa. Okay, perfect. So I will see Lisa at 10 o'clock on May 3rd. Okay, great. Thanks. Great. Have a great day. Bye.
So, guys, did you see what just happened right there? So the Google Assistant was able to make a call all by itself. Now, this is a major example of NLP, natural language processing, and then to some extent, an advanced concept of artificial intelligence called deep learning. Now, this is actually the capability of machines. The Google Assistant was not programmed to answer the questions of the person who picked up the call, but then it was able to do it all on its own. Now, that is the power of AI. Now let's move further and let's see how you guys can take up this field and how can you guys get started with it. And for this, I would like my mentors to take this up, because in the last cohort my mentors have mentored around 24 students and they have been doing great right now. So let's hear from them and let's see what they have to say about it. Guys, over to you.
Hi guys, I hope the previous video gave you some inspiration on what AI and ML is and why you should pursue it. Especially because it is so ubiquitous right now. It is so widespread that almost it is being used everywhere. So if you feel that you want to start with machine learning and how do you go about it, the entire process. So this is a basic timeline that we have created of how you're supposed to start. The first and the most basic step probably would be to understand the basic statistics and probability and the other concepts that are involved in the algorithms which I use for machine learning. So, take any algorithm for instance, try to learn the maths behind it. What is the statistics that goes behind it? What is the probability that's happening? What is the maths that's being used? I think that'll give you a good head start to how the algorithm functions and in what cases you can use them. So the other most important thing is that you can't just apply algorithms to any question. You need to understand what the question is and then figure out the appropriate algorithm to use. Learning the maths behind these algorithms would actually help you determine which is the most accurate and probably the most efficient algorithm to use at that point of time, which would end up saving you a lot of time. So I understand for some people this might not be the most interesting thing, but bear with me. And this is an important first step that you need to work on. The second thing that I would say is learn a language which focuses primarily on machine learning. The two of the most prominent languages that we have right now are Python and R. R is for more mathematical side of things, and Python is a very general uh, application for both machine learning and the deep math behind it. So try to learn the basic commands. I think most of the students who are coming from CBSE now are well versed in Python because that's what they're teaching. If you're not, pick up a basic course on either Coursera or Udemy, EDX, and try to complete that so you know the basic algorithms, basic commands, and how to run them. Try to get a little well versed with Python and learn everything that's there. The next thing that is probably the most important before you start applying the algorithms is to understand what the data set is all about. So, you need to open the data set that is being given to you, analyze what information you have been given, what you have to predict, and how you're supposed to predict it. That is again a very important part of machine learning in general, because once you understand what the data set is, I think half your problem is solved. You know how to work things, you know what is important, what's not. Okay, so after you get the data set and you analyze it a little bit, the next part is what is called exploratory data analysis, where you go into an in-depth mathematical analysis of what your data set is, try to create relations or identify relations between the different variables in order to predict the final value that you're supposed to predict. So that create graphs, create plots, create relations. It's mostly based on graphs and charts, and for example, if there are any missing values in your data set, or if there are any outliers, help removing those are again a big step to make sure that your algorithm performs really well. So all that happens in this stage. This is also called data analytics, wherein you're analyzing the data that is given to you and creating insights which can further be used to apply the algorithms. I'd like to give it to the others to explain the rest.
Yeah, so for this exploratory data analysis, we basically use the three libraries or the three libraries which are the very heart or the core of ML or AI. So the names mentioned on screen, that are Pandas, Numpy, and Matplotlib, are the three things which you need to learn to actually know what is there in the data set, to remove those missing values, to explore the data set, to analyze it, right? So this is basically for the this is the first step. This is required. This is a basic requirement for the first step of MLAI. So basically, about these three different libraries, it is like we all know that Python is increasingly being used as a scientific language as well. So there are a number of calculations that we need to perform apart from just removing missing values or just exporting them into a data frame, things like that. So all of these things can be performed by using just three libraries. Number one, which is NumPy, is basically a abbreviation for num and pi, standing for numerical Python or numeric Python, like that. So it's basically an open source module of Python which is providing us fast mathematical computations on arrays and matrices. Up, Similar to NumPy, we have got Pandas. So Pandas is basically most widely used Python library in ML, and it is providing us high performance and easy to use structures and data analysis tools. The third one is Matplotlib, which is the a 2D plotting library. Basically, it helps us visualize using figures and graphs. So it's basically used for generating plots and pie charts and scatter plots, a lot of those visual analysis. So Matplotlib is basically similar to MATLAB that you have. MATLAB is basically paid, so Python is using this as a free and a robust and easy library for data visualization. Over to Pragya.
So once you're done with all these steps, your data set will be at a place where you understand what it is trying to convey to you. You understand the core of your data set. You know what these columns mean. You know if there are any null values, and you are well versed with it. So now you can start applying algorithms on it. But before you start straight away applying the ML algorithms or any other thing, you should I'm trying to again emphasize what Ramyadi just said. You should know the math behind them. Knowing the math behind them is extremely necessary, and I have seen kids who try to skip through it because obviously Python makes it quite easy for us to apply it. Like, writing the code is not the hard part. Understanding what it does is the hard part. Understanding which algorithm to apply is the hard part. So try to first go through all the ML algorithms. Like, obviously, it's not possible to go through each and every one, but try to go through the main ones and try to understand the math behind it. Even if it seems tough, just try to read through it. If you're like, we have all kinds of resources for you. We will be giving them to you in a short while. Don't panic, or don't think that we are just saying and you won't get to see where to learn these. There is a lot for you. So once you study about these, then you can go on to scikit-learn and all these Python libraries, which you can use to apply it on the code, which makes it quite easy for you. So that won't be the hard part. The hard part would only be to study the math behind it. And once you are comfortable with applying it on your code, once you know how to do it, we would suggest that you should go on and make some basic projects. Nothing too complex, but a project helps you understand it in another depth, and it helps you explore deeper into it. So, like, if you are suppose learning about logistic regression, so just a basic project such as the iris data set, you can take it up and make a project from it. So a project can always be added to your CV as well, and now you are much more clearer what the algorithm does. So I hope that's clear with you. Over to you, Harshita.
Now talking about the advanced concepts. It's nothing like very advanced. It's like a basic thing, but into a bit like you'll have to study it all in a bit depth. So just like the video we saw wherein the Google Assistant booked up an appointment at the respected time that was required. So that test is known as the Turing's test, and it was basically called The Imitation Game by Alan Turing. And we have all of us must have, like, maybe we have watched that movie called Imitation Game where he basically introduced this. So it's basically a test of a machine's ability to exhibit intelligent behavior equivalent to a human, right? So it should not be distinguishable that whether or not it's a human being or not, right? So that is like the basic test we need to perform. So this is basically the something which is the advanced version of ML and AI, and this is known as deep learning, right? So deep learning is basically a type of machine learning only, just that it's a subset of it, right? So the way machine learning is more about computers being able to think and act, right, with less human intervention. Deep learning is more about computers actually learning to think using structures that are basically modeled over the human brain. So, the way we have neural networks in our body, we have got artificial neural networks, we have got convolutional neural networks, we have got these neural networks which are analyzing images, videos, and unstructured data in a way that machine learning can't easily do. This is the advanced version or the advanced concepts in machine learning. So once you are through with the basics of machine learning, you'll definitely be very interested in exploring this section. So do practice more so that advanced concepts appear a bit easy to you. That is like the way to do all of this thing. That's it.
All right. So that was the basic, you can say, streamline through which you can get started with with your journey in the field of MLAI. So as one of my mentors just said, that we are not just here to tell you how to do the stuff. We are here with the resources as well. So I'll take you through some resources, some handpicked resources that we, as someone who have worked in this field, found very useful. These are those resources. Now there is, as you can see on your screen right now, Krish Nayak. He has a YouTube channel, and that channel has some of the great videos based on some concepts related to ML, to CV, to NLP, to deployment part, and a lot of things. So that is a channel there where you can find a lot of information about everything. So that is a must go for someone who likes to or who wants to go in the field of MLAI. Then, in order to learn MLAI, learn machine learning particularly, there is a amazing course, one of the greatest course made by Andrew Ng. If some of you must be aware of his this personality, so he has made a course on Coursera on machine learning. So that is one of the greatest course that I found personally. So you guys can definitely go through machine learning course by Andrew Ng on Coursera. Then, if you want to learn about computer vision, then there is a complete YouTube series by Stanford on computer vision. You can see the see on your screen. This is the course that I'm talking about, and you guys can go through everything related to CV. With that, this course actually includes each and every step and in-depth knowledge of what you need to understand in this field. Then, if you want to go through NLP, then there is another course on Coursera by deeplearning.ai that has all the proper, or you can say the most important relevant information that you need to know in this field of natural language processing. So you guys can definitely go through that. But then if you are someone who does not like to study through YouTube videos and other stuff like that, then there are a lot of great books through which you can gain the knowledge related to this field. You can see on your screen, this is the book that I'm talking about. This is an amazing book on machine learning with Python. So you guys can definitely go through these. Now you must be thinking, itna sara we just told you about all these courses and books, then how are you going to access them? So don't worry about it. We will be adding them in the description box of the video, so that later on you guys can go through these. With this, we have up till now we have seen what is machine learning, how do we what is artificial intelligence, how to get started with it. But then how do we use it, how do we implement it being students? That is one of the most important thing that we need to focus on right now, right? And then I am sure that most of you must have gone through this session that was taken by GDSC on solution challenge. Now solution challenge is a challenge by Google, which is coming very near, that is very close to us right now. It's like March, May, we have the deadline for that. So you guys, some of you must be planning to participate in that as well. Some of you must be working on some projects related to this only. So you must also get an idea of how to use machine learning in your projects. So I am about to show you a video of the project that I made last year in June or July, I guess. And then that project made me win a hackathon called the Hack the Earth, that is Canada's largest environmental hackathon. And as a result of winning that hackathon, we got the opportunity to meet the Environment Minister of Canada, a virtual meeting with him, me and my team. We got that opportunity through this hackathon. So what I'm trying to about to show you is the example of how to use machine learning in a project. So let's have a quick look. And before starting the video, I'll just give you a brief of what the project does. So the project is something related to waste management. And the part where machine learning is being used is to segregate the waste into different categories. Now, with machine learning, all you need to do is you need to just snap a picture, and then the machine learning model, or you can say the deep learning model, will categorize the waste into 5 different categories. Now I have talked a lot about the project. Let's see the project, then you'll get an idea of what this is. Yeah. Greetings everyone. This is Team Hash It Out, and here we are to present our app VRAN. In today's time, one of the most prevalent problems globally is waste management. With growing population and human needs, waste generation is also increasing at a rapid rate of around 4.5 million tons of waste generated every day at a global level. With our app, VRAN, We suggest a potential solution to the problem of waste management, unemployment, child education, and hunger disparity. We propose to develop an ecosystem with four parties involved, namely the users, the scrapers, vendors, and the NGOs. Through the app, the user can scan their waste and segregate into waste categories. They can then sell their waste through our app and collect coins that can be redeemed for gifts and incentives. The scrapers are the low paid workers appointed by our organization who will collect the waste from the user and sell it to the respective waste wholesale buyer. The rate list of all vendors is regularly updated with the organization. 80% of the commission of selling the waste is earned by the scraper, and the rest 20% goes back to the organization for the investment into NGOs and other activities. This eradicates the problem of unemployment. Lastly, the fourth party, that is the NGOs, comes in the scene to give free education and meals to the children of scrapers for the purpose of hunger disparity and child education. This was the brief idea of our app. Now, let's move on to the demo of our app. This is our app we run. On opening the app, you land to the sign up page where you can add your details to sign up. Since I'm already signed up, I will directly log in by entering my mail ID and my password. On successfully logging in, you land to the home page of our app. On clicking the hamburger symbol, you see a few options. Let's go to the first option of scan waste. On clicking the camera symbol, you get two options to scan your waste via gallery or camera. I am selecting the metal sheet image from my gallery. We have used VGT16 CNN model to determine the category of the waste as paper, glass, metal, kitchen waste, and plastic. Here, the app has successfully determined that the waste is metal. It also shows why this waste is problematic and how to deal with it. On coming back, you land to the Sell Your Waste page where you can sell the waste by adding its details. On clicking Go to Cart, you reach to the cart page where you can place the order. And the order has been placed successfully. This order request goes to the organization, and in some time, a scraper will reach out to you to collect your waste. From here, you can head to the reward page where you can collect the points on selling the waste, which can be used to redeem the gifts and incentives. The last page of our app is the mission page where you can get the details about the app, its idea, and the creators. This was a small business model that we proposed in this hackathon. Hope you liked it. Thank you.
Okay, I think she's having some internet issues, but I really hope that you like the project that she made, and it's a great deal with everyone, appreciating the project, and it really helps. It manages the waste also, as well as gives incentives to a lot of other people who are a part of the entire process. I think I should be. Let me just share my screen. Um,
I'm so sorry, guys, about that. My laptop just got shut down. So I hope most of you guys are still with us, and I'll try to continue with the presentation. I'm so sorry for this. Right. So I guess the screen is visible again. Yeah, so as I was saying, this was an example of a project that we made, my team made last year. And the whole idea of showing you this project was to show you how you can implement machine learning into your projects. See, this is a very known fact that for machine learning projects and computer vision projects and NLP projects, you need a website or an app with you. So it is a project related to machine learning can never be complete with the without the help of a website or an app. So this was an example of a Flutter app with a small business idea where I had implemented one feature with machine learning. So this was just to give you an idea of what a project looks like with machine learning. Now, our main aim over here is to get you inspired towards the field of MLAI and how can you use it for your projects related to solution challenge. For this, I found that it would be the best thing to get this would to show you a project that won last year at Solution Challenge by Google and was related to computer vision. So when I saw this project, I was fascinated because the application was seamless, was amazing, and that was related to something I am involved in, that is computer vision. So I hope you guys would also like the video, and with this, let's look at the project that won last year.
And now we have the team
I'll
from
just
Eye of
quickly move forward
KG Somaya
so
College.
that we can just see the project.
The KG Somaya College of Engineering. Welcome, team.
I go with someone else. I generally don't go on my own to new places.
Eye of God is an easy-to-use navigation system built for visually impaired people to help them navigate to the destination safely.
Hey Siri, open Eye of God.
Welcome to Eye of God. Please choose a navigation mode.
Start outdoor navigation. Take me to Santa Cruz.
As the car approaches, the system alerts the user via voice feedback along with vibrations on the side of the belt.
The belt comprises of 4 vibration motors, and the motor corresponding to the region where the obstacle lies vibrates according to the distance from the user given by the depth map.
Head north towards Central Library Road.
Motorcycle. Car.
All systems run completely on-device, which eliminates the need of internet or cloud-based systems for processing and reduces latency dramatically.
Turn left onto Central Library Road.
On a turn, the system provides voice as well as pulsating haptic feedback through the leftmost or the rightmost motor, depending upon the turn, to inform the user the correct direction to turn to. The obstacle avoidance system does not provide voice feedback for relatively less dangerous obstacles. The lack of voice feedback and increased intensity of the motors depicts the same.
Take me to Nike.
Taking you to your destination.
Indoor navigation offers text detection along with obstacle avoidance to guide the user to their labeled destination. If the label is detected in the frame, a pulsating vibration will be produced, while a constant vibration will be produced on detection of other obstacles in the frame to avoid collision.
You have reached your destination.
This is great.
So this was one of the project that won Solution Challenge last year, and it was somewhat related to computer vision. So you can see that you can make such amazing things out of computer vision, NLP, and machine learning. This field of MLAI has tremendous amount of capabilities in it. So you just need to explore and you can do a lot of things with it. You just saw an example of it. So with this, we come to the last section of our presentation. That is a talk on whether or not machine learning and artificial intelligence and killer robots are going to eradicate humans on Earth. So on your left side, you can see a statement by Stephen Hawking. Development of full artificial intelligence could spell the end of the human race. That means that killer robots can end the human race. But then look at the other statement by Andrew Ng. He says worrying about evil AI killer robots today is little bit like worrying about overpopulation on the planet of Mars. So this is somewhat true, because we haven't reached till the stage where we need to worry about the killer robots. It's like we haven't yet reached Mars by humans. No human has ever reached there. So it's almost the same way. We are just beginning to explore things with us. So we do not really need to worry about killer robots right now, but maybe in future, who knows. But right now we are good to go with this. So with this, we come to the end of our presentation, and we would like to take up your questions. So go right now and comment down your doubts that you want us to answer right now. We have a lot of time to answer each and every question in the best possible way.
We already have two doubts here.
All right.
One of them is what's the use of MLAI differently in the tech field and the general, the core field?
All right. So my mentors, would you like to take this up?
If you're talking about the difference between use of MLAI in the tech field versus like use of generic, not a lot of difference though. The tech part is basically because you're implementing it, you need to know things through and through. But there are some applications which you can use uh, to seamlessly combine your entire process without having a lot of knowledge. So that's what Amazon AWS and other applications are doing. But if you are starting through and through, then it's a little different because you need to know everything. I think that is what the question meant. If you did mean something else, please let me know. I'll try to answer it in a different way. And yes, we'll be putting our LinkedIn profiles here in case you need to contact us in any way. Any other questions?
So, guys, we are waiting for your questions, and please ask your doubts so that we can answer them. Okay, so I guess until people are typing their questions, one of us can share their journey of MLAI. How do you? What do you guys say?
Sure, that sounds good. So, talking about my journey towards MLAI, like Gorishati just showed us so many videos that were quite inspiring. And personally, before I entered college, I also saw some of these videos, something related to these, and that got me really inspired. Like, oh my God, computers are doing this. They are more intelligent than us at some time. And I wanted to learn that because obviously, and then I started learning Python. I attended a summer school to learn R, and it was quite interesting. And after that, like Andrew NG helped me through. His videos were quite an inspiration. Some books were nice, but yeah, that those videos were something that got me motivated towards this field. And I hope those videos had the same effect on some of you at least. Yeah, that was about me.
So, if I talk about my journey, I was inspired by some of the characters shown in Marvel. I was inspired by Jarvis. So that's what me made interested in the field of natural language processing. And from there I got to see the full potential that this field has. So that's where I invested myself. So that was just a glimpse, or you can say the beginning part of how I started my journey in the field of MLAI. But then after that, a lot of projects, a lot of courses, a lot of mentorship programs. I was a mentor last year for the same circle. So this is how I started my journey, and this is where I am right now. Okay, all right. So we have one question by Himanshi. Yeah, she says GDSC distributes us in different groups like ML or AI. So Himanshi, I am not able to understand what exactly are you asking. Can you just elaborate this, and then we'll get back to the question. Then you also ask about where should I learn Python. So Python, for learning Python, there are a lot of good courses on YouTube. And one of, if I could give an example, Edureka has a great course on Python, Then you can go through some websites like W3 Schools that has a great resource on Python, so you can go through that. Mentors, would you like to provide some resources? Give a glimpse on the resources.
I found that courses from Coursera. If your university supports Coursera, then there are some really good ones, including there's I think one from the University of Minnesota. I'm not sure. I'll just confirm that. Uh, but there is a really good course on Introduction to Python, and that probably helped me through my Python journey. Uh, I think that's about it. If you go on other websites like Coding Blocks, they have full-fledged courses from introduction to advanced machine learning courses. So if that's something you want to do, please go ahead. And also, I think what Himanshu was asking was that does GDSC distribute us in different groups? What happens is, every year you get the application forms to be a part of GDSC as a mentee. If you have some experience, you can, join as a mentor. You get to choose what fields you want to go to. So one of the circles in our university is MLAI. You need to check with your universities. I think MLAI is usually a part of most GTSC groups. So, the applications come out once a year. Keep an eye out for them. So when you do get the applications, you can fill them out based on, whatever circle you want to join. And that's where your journey begins.
Then we have Himanshi is asking for some sources that we suggest. So we did take a few, the names of a few resources, and we will be attaching the link to those resources in the description box after the live stream. And then from there, you can definitely go through those resources and start your journey in the field of MLAI. So, guys, if you have any other questions, shoot it away. And we are here till 8:50, I say. And then if we do not find any more questions, we will end the live stream. So ask your questions. And to be honest, I have a lot of time to answer your questions. So feel free to ask your questions right away.
Before I forget, this course that I was talking about, it's called Python for Everybody on Coursera, and it's by the University of Michigan. I think I said it wrong. It was my starting journey for Python, and I pretty much started, in the time that you get between when you give your 12th board exams and you have to join college. That was the time that I really started exploring Python and machine learning. And this seemed like a good place to start, especially with Python once you've done the maths behind it. I think you have a little experience with statistics and probability when you come through 11th and 12th if you've taken maths. But yeah, Python from here was a good place to start. It's a beginner's course and it completes everything from basic to intermediate. So you can go through this once. Akanksha, yes, MLAI does include coding in Python. You can use, there are a couple of languages that you can use. Like we said, Python and R are the most prominent ones that we have. So yeah, Python. But other than that, like I mentioned, there are some other applications like Amazon AWS, which have really simplified the process. So they have a pipelining process where, you can go through the pipeline without doing a lot of coding. So I think that's what I understand with Amazon AWS. I think if someone else wants to back me up here, please. There is a question which says there are so many things to learn. How do you stay focused on one thing and not be overwhelmed? If you're focusing on MLAI, I think you can use the timeline that we gave pretty much. That's what generically people are following. But if your question is how to manage MLAI with university or with school and with coding, well, that's a different ball game. The trick is to maintain, what you're supposed to do, what your priorities at that time. For instance, if you have your full-time engineering, full-time employment, seasons coming in another 1 or 2 months, best to focus your attention there. But other than that, if you feel that you have time and you can work things out, you can start with the timeline that we've given.
Then we have another question by Himanshi. After offline classes, these seminar will also be offline or on same platform. So that is something we will be deciding very soon. Most probably the sessions would be offline because you guys would be in the college and we would also be there. So why to take extra time when you reach home? So most probably the sessions would be offline, but let's see how it goes. So, guys, we will be waiting for another 2 or 3 minutes and then we will end the live stream.
Another thing that I wanted to say was over the question that asked how to not get overwhelmed is that like there are a plethora of resources online these days, so it is very easy to see so many resources and get confused where to go and where not to. One thing that we are trying to provide is a number of streamlined resources which you can go through, and only go to the next resource if you feel that you are done with the present one, or if you have any doubt, only then try to search internet, because there are so many resources it can be overwhelming. Just try to stick to one thing and have faith in it that okay, it is working for me, I am trying to understand this, and I will not look around in the vast sea of resources and get confused. That is one personal advice that I have.
Also, learning Python, MLAI, all of this is very similar to learning any other thing in your life. So it's like the more you practice, the more you go through resources, the more you go through examples, the more projects you implement, the better you get. So it's just like every other thing. There's nothing to be overwhelmed about it. Like it's just part of your life. You want to learn it, you want to implement it, then you'll have to go through all of that.
Okay, so with this, we come to the end of the session that is using MLAI to make projects innovative. I hope we were able to help you out in understanding what this field is and how to go about it, how to use it in your projects. And for sure, we'll be adding our LinkedIn profiles, links in the description box. From there, you can reach to us, and we'll be more than happy to help you out. And thank you so much once again for joining us, and we will see you the next time.